back to another episode of Fallout New Vegas. In the last episode we met the Great Dance, and now in this episode we have to convince Papa Khan to break an alliance with the Legion. First off, we can just find Melissa.
Hello?
Where will be Melissa? Well, looks like I found him.
Please, help me.
Are you Anders? Jack and Diane sent me to look for you.
Thank God. Let me down, please.
Let's get you down from there.
Thanks for getting me down from that cross. I owe you one.
Goodbye.
So long.
Honestly, no business to it. I wonder where Benny is. Maybe we crucified. Now let's go all the way back. Diane,
So you've been sucked into the decadence of the Strip as well, have you? Anders told me what happened. We owe you one for rescuing him. Tell you what. I can give you caps as a thank you or a special recipe Jack cooked up.
I'll take the caps.
Here you go, you've earned these. With Anders out of commission for so long, we're short-handed on runners, and some backlogs have piled up. We've got an associate in the Crimson Caravan Trading Company who distributes for us in out of Vegas. He's been after us for a new shipment.
Well, I'm a courier, so I'm experienced with stuff like this. Sure, I'll do it.
Great. Here's the package. Your contact is Don Hostetler at the Crimson Caravan. Come back and see me when you're done.
Alright, check. Let's go. Hello.
McLafferty's been riding asses again. Need anything?
Actually, I do. I've got a package here from your friends Jack and Diane.
Huh? Oh, right, yeah. I'll take that. You should go now, before you draw any attention.
Must be your wife.
What are you doing here? Get out before I blow your head off.
I'm meaning no harm.
Whatever you say, stranger. Go snoop somewhere else and get the fuck out of my house, right now.
I just want to ask you some questions.
Are you deaf? I don't give a damn about what you want. Just get out of here.
Get lost. Mr. House isn't a man to be trusted. Watch your... I've been hearing a lot of good things about you. What's up?
Finished the Crimson Caravan run.
Great. Here's your payment.
Now that Anders is back, how about that work?
Yeah, you did good finding him. Okay, if you want a little work, I think I can find you something.
Sure, what have you got?
You up for something challenging? I've got a ship of Jet and Psycho that needs to be delivered to Motor Runner at Vault 3.
Piece of cake?
Don't get cocky. The fiends are twitchy. Most of them won't bother a con, but the ones outside the vault, well, they're outside for a reason. Here's the package. Good luck. Your payment will be waiting when you get back.
You've got an impressive setup here. Have you considered making more helpful chems?
Helpful? What, like bathtub stim packs? What's the point of that?
We could turn a profit and help the people the more have.
That's touching, but it would take away from our bottom line. I'll have to pass.
So about the alliance with Caesar's Legion?
Anders got back a little while before you did. He told me what happened. If that's how the Legion treats my people, I don't want any part of them. Don't worry, Jack and I have talked it over. We'll talk up the idea of breaking the alliance.
Goodbye.
Catch you later.
The mark. Watch yourself, profligate.
Some of the slaves have been spreading stories about the burned man again.
Our way is true to Kaiser. Degenerates like you belong on a cross.
What do I do?
You here to fight in the arena? Then you're talking to the right man.
Right, let's go back to Regis.
I understand you've been talking to the great Khans about breaking their oaths to Great Caesar. I would call that unwise.
Then why do I don't petition the Khans for membership as show his allegiance?
Join? Oh, no, I simply couldn't. That is, I'm not worthy of such an honor.
Surely a warrior in service of glorious Caesar is the equal of any tribe's finest.
Of course I am. That is to say, Caesar has many fine warriors, and I wouldn't wish to compare them to the great Khans.
Well spoken. You win this round.
Win? I wasn't aware we were competing. Yes, goodbye.
It's good to have you here. What can I do for you?
Have a look at this book. It will show you what happens to tribes that ally with Caesar's legion.
Let me see. My God, this is even worse than I thought. Okay, you have my support. I'll tell Papa the alliance is a bad idea.
I don't talk more about the Great Khan's alliance with Caesar.
What do you want to know?
Never mind.
Suit yourself.
Probably had something new to say.
Until next time.
Oh my god.
That's close enough. What do you want with the Great Khans?
What are you doing up here?
Awaiting a delivery, but it's a no-show. I'm guessing that the death clause and the quarry have something to do with that.
I'll help you with your problem.
Is that right? What's your angle?
A favor for a favor.
All right, fair enough. You help us out, and I'll owe you one. I was expecting a shipment of chemicals. It's usually in a suitcase dropped off in one of the big machines up here. Because of the death clause, I have to assume the suitcase is still in Sloan. Snoop around the place and get it for me.
Anything else you should know?
Don't kill anybody if you don't have to. I'm a scout, and I like to keep a low profile.
Are these chemicals dangerous?
I wouldn't eat or drink them, but no. They won't explode if you drop them or anything.
Got it. Let's talk about something else.
Like what?
Tell me about the Great Khans.
We're an independent group. We take care of our own and don't take crap from anybody. Especially the NCR.
What happened between the Great Khans and the NCR?
Bitter Springs happened. Women and children died when the NCR attacked the Great Khans there. And the NCR just pretends it never happened.
Where can I find the rest of the Great Khans?
Our main camp is up in Red Rock Canyon, but we don't allow just anyone to come in. The NCR can't touch us there. Too many places for us to ambush them. We see their scouts poking around once in a while, but they keep their distance.
How did you end up joining the Great Khans?
It wasn't easy. There's a lot of initiation rituals to go through, and I've got the scars to prove it. But in the end, I was tough enough to be made a member. Proudest day of my life.
Goodbye.
Don't
I heard from one of Melissa's runners that that check-coded bastard got thrown out on his ass.
Man, I wish I'd stayed back in California some days.
I need the money.
Can't believe anyone actually made it through from the north, what with all the death claws at the quarry. You returning from New Vegas?
I'm looking for a suitcase filled with chemical supplies for a friend. Know anything?
Ah, yes. I think I know which friend you mean. Even if there weren't death claws in the quarry, there'd still be no delivery. The supplier, a guy in Prim named Tyrone, is a cheating son of a bitch who won't deliver even though he's already been paid in advance.
You don't care that you're helping the Great Khans?
I'm just a middleman. The Great Khans are a hard group, and some of them are no good. But they're not all the same. I believe in the NCR, but that doesn't make it right for them to roll over anyone who doesn't want any part of them.
Has Tyrone cheated you before?
He's always been shady, but this is the first time he's outright screwed me.
How do you know Melissa?
She's my daughter. Takes a little too much after her mother, rest her soul. But she's happy with the Great Khans, and that's enough for me.
Oh. Alright, I'll go pay a visit to Tyrone.
Good luck.
That's the other place I haven't been to in ages. Tyrone.
Hey, what can Tyrone do for you?
A friend in Sloan told me to come to you about some chemical supplies.
You trying to get me busted? Keep your damn voice down. Lieutenant Hayes already has his eye on me. Look, I already told Chomps the NCR is getting suspicious of all these misplaced supplies. Bigger risk means bigger cost. 300 caps bigger.
I say the word and someone else will start making deliveries to Nevada, not you.
I've reconsidered my position, and I think it would be in my best interest if I were to sacrifice my profit on this particular deal. We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Go on and tell the police about what's going on. Hello?
What do you want now?
I've got the chems for you.
You actually came through for us. I didn't expect that. Anyway, the Great Khans pay their debts and don't forget their friends. If you ever come out to Red Rock Canyon, I'll put in a good word for you. Don't leave a trail. How's it going?
Vegas said I should talk to you about speaking against the Great Khan's alliance with Caesar.
You can ask, but why would I do that? Carl told me all about the life in the Legion. He says I've got all the makings of a speculatory.
Did he also tell you women aren't permitted to serve in the Legion?
What? No, What do you mean aren't allowed to serve? Why would he lie about that?
If the Great Khans join the Legion, you'll be sold as a slave, and officer's wife if you're lucky.
That lying little weasel. I almost fell for it too. All right, you've got a deal. You can tell Papa I won't support an alliance. Bye.
Here we go.
All four of my most trusted advisors have told me we should break our alliance. Maybe I should hear you out after all.
I've come to ask the Great Khans to break their allegiance. I know. This is a ledger from Caesar's camp showing what Carl really has planned for the Great Khans.
What's this? Ah, yes, I've heard that the Legion has sometimes had to quell tribes that did not share its vision. The Khans, though, are protected by Caesar's emissary. I have Carl's word we will remain our own tribe as long as we remain loyal to Caesar. Take your slander elsewhere.
Come to ask the Great Khans to break their alliance with Caesar's Legion.
I've heard some things from my most trusted Khans that makes me wonder whether this alliance is a good idea after all. But I want to leave a legacy of greatness when I die. My tribe deserves better than this, cowering in a canyon and living on scraps. Tell me then, if I don't join with Caesar's Legion, where will I find my tribe's lost glory?
Any idea where I might look to find such inspiration from the past?
The followers of the Apocalypse keep many records of the past. It's been a long time since we associated with them, but they might have something. Until you do find me something, though, know that I still plan to lead the Great Khans to fight for Caesar.
Goodbye.
What's up?
Emily says you're working with her on bugging the Lucky 38. That information would be invaluable to our research if you can get it done.
I'm looking for something that could inspire the Great Khans. Know anything like that?
The Great Khans. Oh, you mean those raiders that used to clash with the Vegas tribes? Yes, some years back we taught them reading, writing, basic science. We hoped they would use it to make medical supplies, but they turned to drugs. I was never much involved in the cultural side of that project, but Ezekiel was.
Who is Ezekiel?
He's a member of the Followers like myself, but his particular field is pre-war history and tribal culture. I do recall him being fascinated by the Khans. He kept going on about parallels to some ancient historical empire or another.
Where can I find this Ezekiel?
He rarely stops in here these days. You do best to look for him out in the wastes east of New Vegas. He's always looking for new tribes to study.
Second thought, never mind.
Was there something else you needed?
Met a kid who was unsatisfied with the life in the Great Khans. Would you take him in as a follower?
We're always looking for new members. Does he have any particular talent?
He's obviously a quite sensitive soul, and he loves literature.
Excellent. Ezekiel's been after me to find him a new assistant for ages. Tell the boy we'll take him.
If I wanted to calm things down in Freeside, where would I start?
The big man around here is the king. Not much happens in Freeside that he doesn't know about. He has the most influence locally, and some of his crew haven't helped the situation by harassing NCR citizens and charging double for water. Some NCR soldiers have been bringing in supplies, but none of it is going to Freeside locals. I've tried to speak to both sides to no avail.
I was...
Let's find Ezekiel.
You look like someone with a question. What can I do for you?
Ruby Farkas said you might know something about the Great Khans.
Oh my, yes. They're a fascinating tribe with a long and unfortunately tragic history. Their original incarnation, much farther out west, was almost completely wiped out by one of those itinerant heroes so common in the post-war years. Then, of course, the new Khans suffered a similar fate, some say at the hands of the same hero, though of course the dates are all wrong for that.
This is fascinating. Please continue.
Well, after they migrated to the Mojave, we established relations with them, but that soured when all they wanted was to make drugs. The NCR eventually took them down quite a bit, but the really fascinating thing about them is the origin of their culture as a whole. You see...
Can I get a British version?
Oh, of course. I'm sorry, I do tend to get wrapped up in my own theories and forget that not everyone finds them as fascinating as I do. Here, I salvaged this book from an old library. It's a history of people called the Mongols. I think that's what the Khans built their culture on. You should read it. It's fascinating stuff.
Thank you. Now let's go back.
I heard from one of Melissa's runners that...
You've been doing good things for us. Don't think I haven't noticed. What can I do for you?
Have a look at this book. If you want to see what your tribe would be, read about the Mongol Empire.
This is exactly the kind of symbol the Khans could unite behind. We'll begin readying the camp to move. As soon as Caesar makes his move, we'll depart. We will make ourselves strong again, and we shall conquer.
Great Khans, drive Caesar's dog out of our camp. If he's too slow to flee, kill him.
Hey, as long as you're fighting for Caesar, I don't care what you do.
Whatever your motivation was, I think we owe you a debt. It's always a pleasure to see you around the camp.
Watch out!
Well. I'm gonna leave this video out. If you liked it, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.